machines, things in the building that should never have been burning. That the air was really, it made you ill just being anywhere near, even on the subway below, just passing under it or passing near it. The smoke that was being generated was Brooklyn neighborhoods were being inundated with particles, and every crack on every building had toxic dust. And because this is the world financial capital, Wall Street is just down a few blocks. EPA, which is our environmental protection agency, deemed the neighborhood safe after a very short period of time. They did not have the time. They didn't want to shut down the whole community for indefinitely to clean it properly, and they didn't even have the resources. Like, they didn't have enough companies trained in this kind of cleanup to even hire. So these companies were just grabbing, anyone off the streets without training them, without giving them proper protection. So people died and are still sick, suffering from exposure to the cancers that were caused, or breathing issues that were caused because of exposure. And the workers down here were working amongst the burning. We were trying to retrieve body parts and everything, and they were eventually, not right away, were given masks and oxygen masks. They couldn't work with them. So you saw them, I would see them you saw them in the pit with the masks hanging around their necks, because they couldn't do the work and wear these things. So a lot of those people also died who were very sick, as a result. So it was just a very, my son had asthma, so because we knew, even the EPA said it was safe, we knew it wasn't safe. Your eyes would burn, your throat would burn. You knew it was not a healthy place to be. But once they deemed it safe to return, workers had to return, residents had to return, and they did. We stayed out because we thought we didn't want to come back till the fires were out. But I didn't know where we were going to live. Every day I looked for housing. It was just a very odd time, very bizarre, surreal kind of time. It was like
a lot of people left completely at the time, didn't they? Wasn't there like a big loss of?
In our neighborhood, we had 9,000 people. Only 3,000 came back.
Wow.
Just not because they died, because they just couldn't deal with. It was a terrible place to live for a very long time. I had to have my shades shut even when I returned 6 months later. Every time they found a body part, they would have a ceremony. The firefighters would all come, and they do a whole. You'd see them doing a very formal ceremony, or even it could have been the thumb. I mean, as small as that. Any body part they would find, or a piece of clothing, of a uniform, they would create this whole ceremony of removing it, and that went on for a very long time. And now it's a place where people come and take selfies, So I don't really, I have a hard time, just seeing that, but to the families, this is the burial ground of they didn't find bodies, so this is it for them. This is the only place. That's why they come and you see the flowers, or they put things by the name of their loved ones.